Welcome back to Dallas Twang. I'm Dave. Real short one here today, but I think one that can be very useful for you. We've got a real open, tight kind of, groove here. I'm going to show you the chords in a second, but I left a lot of space in here, both for your rhythm playing and for some lead playing. Now, the idea here is to interact with the other instruments on this track as if you were in this band in a way in which you're really paying more attention to the other instruments, the drums and the bass and things, than you are maybe even the guitar part, right? So what I mean by that is you want to find guitar parts that you can really keep going, but that don't require, that aren't laboring for you, or that you don't have to like overthink, okay? Bear with me. Let's start with the chords. Now it's C7, B flat, F. All right. Now I've got my sound kind of souped up for lead playing, and I like this sound, so I'm going to leave it. Hopefully it's not a distraction. It's probably not the best rhythm tone right there, right? But check this track out. Just listen to it for a second. You don't have to play the exact guitar rhythm that I'm playing on the track. I don't even know if I could do that. I just recorded it real quick. But hear how much space there is there, and how the guitar's kind of. Okay, I'm going to give you a few times around here. Just comp those chords. Hopefully that started to feel pretty good. You felt almost like could kind of see that bass player standing next to you, right? And that's what you want to do, is make a real meditation out of this. Get to where you're in that kind of groove of your own, but you're listening to everybody else, right? And I want you to experience that feeling. That's really important to build on that. And when you do feel it, you'll know it. Right, you'll become almost, you'll feel lighter, right, and everything else around you will seem more elevated, okay, and that's what you really want to. That allows you to be able to find good interactions, the basis. Those interactions become the basis for your choices of phrasing and where you're placing things and your dynamics and so forth. I know that sounds pretty abstract, so I want to give you some reality-based, things that you can practice, not just a philosophical, discussion about that. So we could stop right there, and you could just skank those chords out, count those chords out, and just take that and get really, really into that process that would really be beneficial to most people's playing, and something that we probably, neglect, frankly, very often. So that's one good part of your program on this one. And I'm going to do another video on this in a few days, where we're going to do some more, licks and some kind of, more lead type thinking. But I want you to notice one more thing about this track, is that over in the, if you're in the headphone that's over on your left, every few bars there's a little keyboard sounds different on a keyboard. You hear that? That little. Okay, you don't have to play that exact, you know, little melody, but I put that in there as an example of another kind of mantra, right? Just like you get so settled into that rhythm that you're almost like leaving your guitar body in a sense, and you can kind of see the whole band and be part of it in that way. You can do that with single note stuff too, but you really got to dedicate yourself and allow yourself to repeat things and not judge them. That, oh, that's not enough. I should be doing a bunch of licks right here. I got to do something better than that. It can be something that simple. Here's what I mean. Now, you're going to find your own. That's just what popped out in my head. That's just what kind of sprung up when I was making this track, that little melody. Okay, so I tried to be really patient there. I'm not the most patient person in the world, right? I got kind of a squirrel brain, you know, those of you that have been watching this channel for a while, right? I have to work at being mindful. I have to, you know, it's it requires a very intentional process for me to really do the things that I'm talking to you about right now. Okay. But I've become practiced at that, right? I've trained myself to my mind and my body to allow that space to, you know, be maintained. And at first, you know, it feels a little weird or whatever, you know. I'm not playing in that, you know, all the judgments that pop into your head, right? Oh, it just doesn't sound as cool as the video does. You got to shut all that out, man. Do your thing, find you a little piece of something, and just drill into it. And I said I wasn't going to, you know, turn this into a philosophical matter today. But hopefully those examples are enough to set you on that path, okay? In a few days, we're going to come back and we're going to, you know, look at some stuff where I'm going to show you, like, hey, you know, these triad positions will work good in here. The kind of stuff we usually do. But I'm going to leave you with this today, with this sort of abstraction, because if any of what I just said in the last, you know, 6 or 7 minutes made sense, start there. And you're going to see things happen for you differently if you engage in this way. And, you know, start by just listening to the track, then comping the chords, leaving a lot of space, then try to put yourself in that place where you can visualize the drummer and the bass player and the rhythm guitar. And then just start fitting your stuff in there and keep it simple. It'll be cool. All right. Let me know how it goes. Take it easy.